Right. Good evening, everybody. Let's get started. My name is Sally Frost. I'm the Public Relations Manager in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. And this is our third orientation session we're having for our new first years in the college. We've had a session in English on Monday, a session in isiZulu yesterday, and we are holding this session in the evening in the case there are people who couldn't make it in the day. So welcome if you've been here before, or also if this is your first time. The point of this session is to answer as many of your questions as possible. But before we get going, I would like to welcome Dr. Bobby Varghese, who is the head of the Center for Academic Success in Science and Engineering, and he will say a few words to welcome you. Bobby?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Frost. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the University of KwaZulu-Natal in Durban and Pietermaritzburg. On behalf of the Deputy Vice Chancellor of our college, Professor Fatu Mudau, and the College Dean of Teaching and Learning, Professor Naven Chetty, and all the deans and academic leaders, and my own personal behalf, it's my greatest pleasure to welcome you all to this third student online orientation session for 2025 this evening. I'm so glad that many of you have joined us probably for the first time for a meeting with UKZN, and all those students who have received confirmed offers. You may have even accepted the offers. Some of you may have even registered for your qualifications in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. This session is going to be a great session where we are going to impart with you various information from different sections and different avenues in our college and at UKZN. I'm very glad that you have chosen UKZN as your university of choice. If you did not know it earlier, we are the third best university in South Africa and one of the top 10 in Africa. And UKZN, as per world rankings, is in the top 400 universities in the world. We have a rich heritage of over 110 years, and with famous alumni who have passed out of our university, we look forward to welcoming you to one of our campuses next week. In the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, where you are going to register, or you may have registered already, we have a wide range of qualifications that you can get a degree in our schools, or which you would have known as departments previously. Say, for example, data science, various streams in agriculture, various disciplines in engineering, various qualifications in biotechnology, applied chemistry, geological sciences, environmental sciences, and marine biology, computer science, and so on and so forth. There are numerous qualifications that our students would register into. But the most important thing is this, that you would be taught by highly qualified, trained, and experienced academic staff, some of whom are renowned and well recognized in the field of their research. And by renowned, I'm saying they are well known across the world. So it's a great opportunity for you to learn from the best minds in the country. And another important aspect that I would like to quickly share with you is that at UKZN and in our college specifically, we focus on holistic development of our students. We take students through a first-year experience program. It's a dedicated program for all first-year students. We have academic advising, one-on-one advising for all students if need be. We have proper structured academic monitoring and support programs, counseling for socio-psychological problems. And all these things helps in bringing a well-grounded and employable student. And that's what we want. But you must also remember that you did not get this opportunity to study at our college by chance. You have earned it. And well done for that, working very hard in your matric year. you would be amazed to know that a very small percentage of applications that come to our college, which is usually in thousands, um, get into the various qualifications because of very strict entry requirements. However, this evening I must tell you that entering into a qualification successfully is not enough. You have to complete that qualification in the minimum time possible and exit your qualification successfully. So, very quickly, not taking much time, let me share this with you. Experts, education experts, they believe that there are three main factors that make you a successful student or an unsuccessful student. Let me start with the unsuccessful, and then we will end up in a high note. Complacency, waiting for the last minute to do everything. Second is learned helplessness, saying, I cannot do this. This is too hard for me. And third, the path of least resistance is finding shortcuts to get the work done or finding shortcuts to just pass an exam. And all these things actually hold on and keeps a student back. On the contrary, there are three main factors which helps a student to be successful. Skills that we develop during our studies, the growth potential to grow in a program, doing something daily to become a better student, reading, writing, critical thinking, analytical thinking, and developing yourself is key. Attitude that we cultivate through mentoring. Failures may come, but standing up after a failure is the key for you to win. And also the values that you instill, the values that you absorb being part of UKZN. So all these things will help you to become a great UKZN alumni. And as the great scientist Thomas Alva Edison, the American scientist with more than 1,000 patents to his name, once said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. The emphasis of his statement is that the idea of success is largely driven by hard work, intense hard work, and perseverance, rather than shortcuts or even innate talent that you may have, or sudden moments of inspiration. With this, I would like to once again welcome each one of you who have joined us here this evening. I'm very sure that this evening will be very fruitful. You will learn from the presentations and the people who are spending time this evening to be with you, to welcome you. Please put your questions and we will try to answer to the best of our abilities. Thank you very much for listening to me. Over to Dr. Frost. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Bobby. Okay, before we get going, we have a panel online of about 20 different people from the college who are here to answer any questions you have. So if you are having a problem and you have a question, please type it into the Q&A facility on your phone or your laptop, and someone will try and answer that question for you. Please use the Q&A. Don't use the chat because the panel will be monitoring the Q&A. The chat is more just for comments, not for questions. And then the next thing I want to do is share the university's website with you. Okay, let me just find it. Give me 1 second. And I will pull it up. Okay, let me share the university's website with you. Okay. The first place to start with any questions that you have is the university's website because all the information is there. The best way to find it is just to Google. So I Googled UKZN and I clicked on the homepage, and this is the university's homepage. And if you go to quick links at the top and you click on the first button, students, it takes you to a page which has everything you might have questions about. How to apply, check your status, your timetable, the college handbook, which has all the degrees and what courses you need to take to get your degree, the fees booklet, banking forms if you need to upload your banking details, sports, printing, the notice system, your email, Moodle, which is the learning platform that UKZN uses, where all your notes get put. Risk management, which is the security department. Shuttles between campuses, the SRC. If you have a car and you want to get a parking disc. Any forms, your password. If you wanting to find out about private accommodation, if you didn't get into res, there's the link there. Student Central, which is what you click on to register. Information for NSFAS students. So everything that you might have a question for is here. So you Google UKZN, you go to the home page, you go quick links, and you go students. Okay, so that's the first page I want to show you. The next page I want to show you is our registration page. So College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. And registration. Okay, this is our college's registration page. It also has all the information you need to register. It's got information about first year experience. It's got a video showing you how to register. It's got important dates. It's got the link to click on to register. It's got curriculum advice. It's got if you want to change your mind, all the forms you need, orientation information. So this is another important page. If you click on orientation, it takes it through to the orientation page. So you Google CAES, College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, CAES, orientation. You get to this page. Here we have, if you scroll down, videos where these sessions have been recorded. We have a very useful video, one in English, one in isiZulu, which tells you all about the college, which I'd suggest you watch. If you scroll down, there's important information. If you're doing an agricultural or science degree, if you're doing an engineering degree, all the information you might need to know for that. For example, how to access your timetable, ICS guide, so any information, how to set up your password, how to access online lectures, how to access the computer LANs. All that information is there. You scroll down, there's information on curriculum advice, student services. There are contact lists, there are campus maps. These are interactive that can show you where to go. So this is another very useful page. And just one other page that I'd like to show you because we have had lots of questions about res. And if you go UKZN Department of Student Residence Affairs, DSRA, you get the residence website. And here is all the information you need to know if you are wanting to get accommodation or you're wondering how to get into res. There's information about private accommodation. You can track your residents. There's information about the fees, their contact people, frequently asked questions, how to apply for residence, how to register for residence. All the information is here. So please make use of these facilities if you are stuck and feeling a bit lost. Okay. All right. I'd like to ask Simpiwe Mkasiba to turn on her mic and her video. Simpiwe is a CAES student. She's graduated. She's one of our master's students now. But I'd like her, Simpiwe, if you can just tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a UKZN student and how varsity is different from school, and maybe 3 tips for success at university.
Thank you, Dr. Frost. Hi guys, my name is Simpiwe Mkasibe. So firstly, what is it like to be a UKZN student? Well, being a UKZN student, especially in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, is both challenging and a rewarding experience. My journey has not been straightforward, so I initially started in engineering before I transitioned to applied maths and physics. This decision came through after some thorough research, some self-reflection, and a realization of what truly aligned with my interest. So throughout my time at UKZN, I've had the privilege of working as a tutor, a demonstrator, and a first-year experience mentor. These roles have given me the advantage of engaging with many first-year students, so I understand the challenges that they're about to face. The best advice I can give is don't be afraid to speak up, whether it's your tutor, your demonstrator, or lecturers. They've all been first years before, and they're there to help. Now, this journey has been filled with both highs and lows, but one of the best part has been the incredible people I've met, some who have changed my perspective on life and have become my lifelong friends. UKZN is not just about academics, it's a space for growth, self-discovery, and developing real-world skills that will help shape your future. Secondly, the differences between high school and university. So one of the biggest differences is the level of independence and responsibility you have. In school, you had teachers reminding you about deadlines, but in varsity, it's all up to you. Whether you submit your assignments or you attend your lectures, no one will chase after you. It's your responsibility to manage your time effectively. Something I've noticed over the years is that marks tend to drop from high school to university, and this is completely normal. In many ways, a good thing because failure is part of learning. The key is not to be discouraged, but to use setbacks as motivation to improve. University is about growth, resilience, and pushing yourself beyond your limits. Another major difference is the support systems available. UKZN has your mentors, academic advisors, and even psychologists to help you navigate the challenges of university life. The most important thing is to ask for help when you need it, whether it's from tutors, demonstrators, or support services. And lastly, one of the most exciting parts of varsity life is the diversity of people you get to meet. You'll interact with students from different backgrounds, cultures, and even different parts of the world. The beauty of this is the opportunity to learn from each other and grow in ways beyond your academics. It's up to you to make the most of this experience. And then finally, the 3 tips for success at university. Firstly, time management is crucial. University will demand your attention across your multiple modules, assignments, and tests. So keeping track of deadlines is essential. Don't leave things to last minute, and definitely don't try to freelance your way through coursework. It's too easy to forget that one assignment you told yourself you'd remember. Use planners, calendars, or apps to stay on top of things and avoid unnecessary stress. Secondly, ask for help. I can't emphasize this enough because I personally experienced a situation where I should have asked for help when I was changing my degrees, and it led to setbacks I could have avoided. Don't be afraid to reach out, whether it's about academics, career guidance, or personal struggles. Like I said, UKZN has your tutors, your mentors, your academic advisors, psychologists who are there to support you. When it comes to coursework, attend your tutorial sessions and your SI sessions. A common trend I've noticed is that students start strong but then stop attending these sessions after a few weeks, missing out on valuable support. Lastly, balancing your academics and your social life. While studying is important, networking, joining student societies, and maintaining your mental health are equally essential. University is not just about books, it's about growth, relationships, and experiences. Engage with student organization, attend events, and surround yourself with people who motivate and uplift you. A well-balanced student life will help you stay motivated and mentally strong throughout your journey at university. Thank you, Dr. Frost.
Thanks very much, Simpiwe. Listen to her advice. She's a master's student now, so she obviously got something right. Okay. University isn't only about academics. you have lecturers who will help you on your academic side, but we also have a very strong student support section who are there to help you emotionally, spiritually, with any problems you might have adjusting to university. So I'd like to call on Mzamo Zondi. Mzamo, if you can unmute yourself. And just tell our new students the student support services that you offer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Frost. Let me quickly share my screen quickly. Right. Right. Good morning. Good evening, fellow panelists, and good evening, students and parents, if there are any, who are joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us. As Student Support Services, we have HPCSA registered psychologists, student development officers, and interns. We are available in Westville in OR Tambo Building, Howard College in Desmond Clarence, and in PMB, we are in Frank Bush Building, which is just behind the Science Admin Building. All right. Services that we offer individual counseling, psychotherapy, academic risk assessments, psychological assessments if there is a need, crisis management. We know in South Africa there are many crisis issues that we face. We offer career assessment. We also provide group therapy and group work for issues like rape survivors, depression. We also offer life skills workshops, mostly for our access program students, but we also offer ad hoc workshops. Look out for those. They will be advertised mostly on the notices that would come through your emails, usually at 10, right? We also help with learning enhancement checklist, which usually happens at the end of each semester, just to give you a chance to reflect on how you did in the semester. Right. We have a very beautiful and capable team. This is Howard College, Ms. Prashna Singh. We also have Mrs. Intle. We also have Usisubongi Webtelezi, who is your career development officer. Make use of her if you are thinking of back work and stuff like that. She will help you with preparing for interviews and CVs. In Westville, we have also a very diverse team. Our manager, Shelley Bansley, Ms. Ronell, Baba Musholozi, Mr. Zuma, and Mr. Mwango. Make use of them if you are in Westville. They are very welcoming, and they are looking forward to assisting you. Right. And in PMB, we have Usisubulelwa Kanyile, and that's me, Mzamo Zondi, and our intern, Anati Mazongolo. In PMB, make use of us. We are there to support you. We also have our front desk ladies, Usisno in PMB and Usisno Sipo in Westville, right? Okay, we are committed to supporting you and making sure that you are okay. And there's no problem that is too small or too big or too strange. We also advocate for you guys. But one thing that is very important, we advocate for you if you have come to see us, if you have seen us before. You can't come in the morning and say, I couldn't write a test and please advocate for me. No. We must have seen you, then we can advocate for you. We advocate for you if maybe you're facing financial exclusion with NSFAS, or if you're also facing academic exclusion, we gladly advocate for you, but only if we have seen you. Our service is highly rated from the ratings that we have done, and it's confidential. What you say there stays there, is very professional, and it's free of charge, right? Okay. Briefly, because of time, these are some of the things that you come and see us with, right? Some of you may be familiar with this term, the Tumtolo is a pandemic. If you are having issues with romantic relationships, most of you are still young, you're not into that. But if ever along your journey it happens and somehow it's affecting your academic performance, please come and see us. Problems with your family, problems with your friends and peers, maybe at rest, come and see us. Make sure that you get support. Number two, nobody plans for this, but it happens. We lose our loved ones, and sometimes we're able to cope without any much support. But if you see that losing your parent, losing your loved one is affecting your academic performance, we implore you to come and see us, then we'll journey with you without any judgment, right? Anxiety is a serious problem that faces many students, especially around exam time and test times. If you feel like you are not able to manage it, please come and see us. Again, depression is real, but if you are experiencing signs associated with depression, and especially the saddest one where you feel like the whole world would be better off without you and you're thinking of taking your life, if we'd rather listen to your story than to come to your funeral. So please come and see us before it's too late, right? Yes, fear of failure is part of anxiety. Number five, those relationships where the other partner will say, no, 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 come and visit me in my room. We won't do anything. We'll just chill and watch Netflix. And then one thing leads to the other, and then someone ends up falling pregnant. If you are having issues navigating that, we're not promoting pregnancy, but if it ever happens, it finds you and you're having trouble managing that or navigating that period, please come and see us for support. Number six, quickly, there's a saying that university is the microcosm of the society. What happens in the society is likely to happen at varsity. So if it ever happens that you experience some form of violation, be it rape, on campus, off campus, or while you are here, or it's something that happened when you were young, but somehow it's affecting you, please come and see us. Yes, if you experience some form of robbery, hijacking, also come and see us. Again, this is an unfortunate phenomenon in our times, GPV. Don't stay in such relationships. Come, support is available. Obviously, with number six and GPV, usually the first point of contact will be RMS, and then after that, we can then take over to journey with you. Right. If maybe you are struggling with finding yourself and finding your identity around your sexuality and all of that, and then you are coming to campus, you're experiencing all these things, these feelings and everything, and somehow confusing for you, come. You will find a space that is free, non-judgmental, that is safe, where we will journey with you. Right. Academics-related challenges, that is skills, time management, and all of that, we can try and our best to support you, but we also have ATOs who can also assist in that regard. Then towards the end, just any other personal, emotional, psychological, or social challenges that are affecting your academic performance, please don't just keep quiet and hope they'll go away. Come and see us. The last one, in the past, we used to have Isangoma in Howard College. For some reason, she's not there anymore. And we're not Sangomas, we're not priests, yes, but we implore you guys, if you have such issues, maybe you are bewitched, maybe you do have some form of calling, please come and see us. What we will do is we'll make note of that. And then if ever there comes a time for us to advocate for you, Peter, like I said earlier, for you're losing funding or academically or whatever, would gladly advocate for you because we know your story, right? And then lastly, this is how you book with us. This is the link. You can book for an online session. We have a 30 minutes and a 1 hour session, or you can book a face-to-face session when you are on campus. Yeah, let me stop there. Thank you so much, Dr. Frost.
Thanks very much, Mzamo. So please, I would encourage you, if you're not coping at university, don't sink, get help and swim. Okay, while we're on the issue of health, on each campus there is a clinic which is free for students to access. And we have Sister Gugu Zondi. Sister, are you here? If you can just tell us a little bit about the clinics and what they offer.
Thank you, Prof. Good evening to the panelists. Good evening to the students. Welcome to all our first-year students and to parents if there are any. Just a little bit about the clinics. I'm going to try and be quick. I can over speak. So we do have clinics, as Dr. Frost has said, they are free of charge. All you need to do is come to the clinic and produce your student card. Or proof of registration. You can show your proof of registration on your phone, but preferably an active student card is advisory. We do have campus clinics situated in all the campus clinics. At PMB, we're currently situated near the RMS building, but hoping to move into a bigger, better building, but you will be notified. But currently we are near the RMS building. We're also at Edgewood. We're also at Howard College. And we are also at Medical School in Westville. Our services, we do provide a high quality comprehensive service. Confidentiality is key. It is run by professional nurses, which are trained primary healthcare nurse specialists, and have visiting locum doctors, which are also primary healthcare doctors. Our operating hours are Monday to Friday, between 8 and 4 p.m. And as Dr. said, it's free of charge for all registered students on proof of registration. So although our international students have medical aid, etc., but if there are emergencies and there are some minor screenings and things like that, we do not turn people away because our services are deemed as and designated as essential services. So we do have that obligation to see, and if not, and if required, we will refer accordingly. The primary health services are including, but not limited to, assessing, treatment and diagnosing of minor ailments from head to toe, respiratory condition, gastric related conditions to any minor related conditions according to the Department of Health guidelines. And we provide health education, health promotion, emergency and first aid treatment. And we also provide contraceptives, including the morning after pill, the insertion of the implanon, which is a new form of long-acting contraceptive. We do provide pregnancy testing and counseling and referral, whether to an antenatal clinic, which is at Scottsville Clinic, or if you're in other campuses, the nearest clinic, and also referral to CTOP or termination of pregnancy areas after being counseled. And as you know, it is a choice that everyone is allowed to have. And also, we manage sexually transmitted infections, and we screen. There's monitoring and management of chronic conditions like FU asthmatic and things like that, and also referrals when necessary. So the doctors we have, they come once a week, and you will see as you come through the clinic. So some conditions, you'll find that the sister is not able to and feels that it needs the doctor to see you. So they'll book you in to see the doctor. And if not, they will refer you to the nearest hospital. It is, as Mr. Zondi has said, we're living in a time of gender-based violence, and we take it very seriously. So if we became your first contact or call. We do assist very much and refer you also to our nearest Tutuzela center. We involve RMS, we involve the very trained GBV officers stationed at RMS and follow the processes and guidelines within UKZN so that you get the support. And also we refer to the counseling and student support counseling services for continual support as you go through the process of healing post the experience. When it comes to emergency services, this is a 24-hour service that's provided by an external service provider, which is ER24, and I'm sure RMS will take you through that process of how the ambulance is contacted, because we use RMS as the contact point so that they can log it into the CAES system and log all calls. So we contact RMS, and RAs or all individuals, you go through RMS to contact the ER24 so that they can then take you to the nearest hospital. If you have medical aid, then they can take you to your preferred hospital. We are a combined service now. We have both primary health care service. We also have an occupational health care arm, which looks at the management of occupational health, management of first aid boxes, especially with you guys at labs, and that you find that you'll need first aiders trained, first aid boxes available, replenished, so that you can be able to manage minor, injuries and incidences that happen while you are doing practicals and things like that. So that's part of our department. We also and they also do screenings and immunizations. With the zoology department, you might need some immunizations before you get exposed to certain risks and areas. So it's part of our department as well. We also have a health promotion department, which is also known as CHASO. They are very much into health screenings like HIV testing and counseling, and peer education programs, which I'll really encourage you guys, if you want to have a balanced life outside academics. It's a very good way, because the peer education program allows you to be trained so that you can train other students and other peers in terms of HIV, in terms of male circumcision, in terms of many other areas, and you get equipped and you get points and all sorts of accreditations, and get aware of all the other societal problems that will never leave us just because we are in an academic institution. So please get yourself be busy both academically and outside that. For criticisms, guys, I know campus health is a space of where you find that sometimes it's not working to your liking. So we are open and very welcoming to both compliments and criticism. We know there's always room for improvement, so we do strive to render a better service. So if you do have any issues, please report them. Remember the name. The staff will be wearing name badges, staff numbers, and things like that. Report it. You can report it. I didn't even introduce myself. I am Sister Kukuzondi. I'm the HOD, and I look after the 5 campus clinics. And I'm also reporting to our director, Dr. Bagwandine. So you can report to me if you did have an incident, so that we can address it, know the time, place, and prevent future occurrences. Thank you so much. I wish you the best, guys. Remember, whatever disease profiles are happening out there, they're also here in the institution. So be safe, trust yourself first, and be protected at all times. Thank you so much, Dr. Frost. Bye.
Thanks very much, sister, for sharing that. So that's a very good service that's available for students, and it's free. So if you need to go to the clinic, please make use of it. Another service that is an excellent service offered is the library. In your years here at UKZN, you'll be using the library a lot. It's essential to your studies. So I'd like to ask Goitse, Nkongwane, are you here? If you can tell us a little bit about the library service.
Yes, Dr. Frost, I'm just going to share my my PowerPoint. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, colleagues. My name is Nkongwane. I'm based at not Howard College, PMB. I just want to switch on my camera.
It's sharing. Here we go.
Yes.
You just need to make it full screen.
Yes, I'm doing that. There we go. My camera is on. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm Nkongwane, and I'm the principal librarian for CAES. And the 7 of us based in several libraries, I will just share with you right now. Okay, first things first, the library is the center of your studies, guys. There is nothing that you can do without the library. Whether you're sitting at the lawn, outside the university campus, or you are at home, you can access the library. The library, it's hybrid. We've got a digital one and we've got a physical one whereby you can walk in. And we are based in 5 campuses, but 3 of them, it's where CAES books are based. That is the main library. For one, it's EGM Mehelbe, that is in Howard College. And then we've got Cecil Reynolds, that is based in, we call it Main Library in Pietermaritzburg. And then we've got Westville Library. And then we've got a branch library. These libraries are the ones that have the books, your books that you are doing, as you're doing science, biology, physics, everything will be in those 3 libraries. You are not going to find a book at Edgewood. Yes, you have access at Edgewood, but you are not going to have books that are related to your discipline or to your subjects. So these libraries are open, the 3 main libraries are open 24/7 during studies. And then during VAC, we open from 8 until 4:30. But look at the calendar. We've got a calendar, the university, the library calendar. You can just go and look at our hours there. And then your student card, it's the passport. You cannot come into the library without your student card. And you cannot access quite a lot of facilities without your library card. Your library card is where you also load your money for photocopying and printing. So it is important. You can't borrow it to someone. It's like your bank card, exactly. The library, it has several facilities that we have. We've got print books, e-books, as I said, this digital, and we've got master's and PhD theses and journals that we have. We've got databases for subjects, like for instance, we've got MathSciNet. If you're doing maths, that is the database for maths. We've got Engineering Village, that is for engineers. So we've got databases whereby you can find journals and articles. The language is going to change a little bit because now we are using the academic language. So you have to be tuned and be able to understand when we're talking about journal articles and journals, what do we mean? You understand, because we're talking about magazines, but the magazines that are kind different to the magazine that you see at the store. The Bona and True Love, it's kind of different. They have articles. Yes, we have articles, but the writing is different, completely different. And then we've got academic reserve. We purchase prescribed books for all the subjects, as long as we have received the course outline. And even if we didn't receive the course outline, you come to the library and say you want this book, we make sure that we find it. We communicate with your academic or the lecturer in that for that particular subject, and then we place that book. The books have like rules. You must know the rules of the library, because in the academic reserve, the books that are based there, you can take them for 2 hours only, and it highly depends. If it's a heavily used book, it will be placed there, and then you can use it for 2 days. But if it's not, you'll find it on open shelves. And then we've got intercampus services. It doesn't mean that when you want a book that is in Howard College, you cannot get it. There is intercampus service. You can get a book that is in Howard College and be able to receive it at PMB. So we have all those services. And if it's a journal that is still in print, we can copy it and email it directly to you. It is proper for you as a student to have the university email. And the library has several The library has quite a number of study areas, because we demarcate them. So we've got a disability LAN. That LAN is for specialized use for different people, and it's not everybody that is going to go there. And then we've got study areas. In the study areas, there's black points for laptops and cell phone. And please, guard your things. Don't turn the back on your phones, laptops, and leave it unattended. It is important. We are not all Christians. So you turn your back, you find it's gone. And then we've got photocopy machine, and then we have Wi-Fi. Make sure that you've got Wi-Fi on your phone, because you can still access the library using your cell phone, using your laptop. That is so important. Then this is our landing platform. This is where you find all the things that I was talking about, the ebooks, the journals, everything. This can be done. You can also find it directly from your cell phone. You understand? So if you've got Android or a Mac or Apple, you can access it. So you must know how to. So this is the landing platform. You can Google the library and be able to access the library. And then the other thing that we make your life so easy, we've got little web pages that we create as librarians. These pages, they contain specifically on what you are doing. If you're doing geography, we've got a page for geography. If you're doing maths, we've got a page. If you're doing physics, we've got that page. So all these, and we bring all the information about the books, about dictionaries in some cases, about the databases that you are going to use, the referencing stuff that you're going to use. This is all what I was talking about here. It is important to know. And this is Shoba, the subject librarian for agricultural engineering. And then let's go down. And subject librarians. These are very important and friendly people during your studies, hey? And as I was saying, that you're doing geography, you'll find it in PMB, and at times in PMB, because we are, yes, in PMB, but we are dispersed. It's a distance. You cannot walk and get a book at Life Sciences, but we still have it here. And if it's an ebook, you can get it anywhere and you can read it for 24 hours. It highly depends with the licensing of that kind of a book. You know all these things that I'm talking about. Subject librarians are there to support you, to listen, to help you with your information needs that you have. We can help you retrieve the books. If you want a prescribed book, you don't know how to find it. If you want to be trained, there is a subject librarian that is liaising with your academic lecturer, that is their subject related person, and then we can talk. We're just here to make your life easy, hey? So We've got Ashika that is based in Westville, doing a different subject. That's me, and then we've got Julian, who's doing physics and chemistry, mathematics. Then we've got Minentle, that is based in Howard College, doing engineering. And then we've got Shova, has quite a number of subjects. And then we have Simon Shezi, and then we've got Sanjeev Basdio. All we are there. We are just a stone throw away. You can reach us. On the system, on the system, there's Ask Us. It's a real time. You can just ask us, and then we give the response immediately. It's like your WhatsApp. So we can talk to you while you are busy doing your assignment and giving your responses at the same time. But remember, we work from 7:30 to 4:30. So even the following day will respond. It doesn't matter as long as it's not agents. Then we are so kind to make you feel at home, because we want you to know what is it that we have. We've got library trainings. We do training as an individual. When you come to the library, we can show you how to use your cell phone if you don't have a laptop at that present moment, but we can also show you how to use your laptop and be able to access our training. All these trainings are going to take place from the 3rd to the 14th of March. And this training are so important because, let me just scroll down. Yeah, this training are important because you have to be familiar with the iCatalog. The catalog is where you find, we call it a one-stop shop. You find your book, you find your article, you find your journal articles, you find your ebook. And then the iCatalog is going to be offered also in isiZulu. Please do attend, do yourself a favor, so that your life should be easy. We have My Library account. My Library account is an account that you will have with the library, and it will help you to be able to see how many books did you take out, and do you have a fine if you want to pay a fine. Did you request an article? And if you requested an article, it has been sent to you, and it's sent directly to this account, and you'll be able to download it within a specific days. And then we've got a referencing style that we are going to offer on between the 3rd and the 14th. So 2 different styles, but I assume that CAES can use Harvard's style, but we're having AP8 for psychologists. And then we've got Google Scholar. I normally say Google Scholar is the back door of the library, because you search, and as long as you've set up your Google Scholar, you'll be able to access our databases, including iCatalog. And then one of the databases that we are going to offer, it's EBSCOhost. EBSCOhost, it's one of the databases. It's a multidisciplinary database that you can access at any time, anywhere, and with your mobile also. And then we've got ebooks. I know there's one book that we just recently bought, Campbell. We just bought 3 additional books for Campbell because we knew that the number is more than 200. So for semester 1 and semester 2, you'll be using the very same book, but we'll be monitoring if you are able to access it, all of you. And please do us a favor. If you use an ebook, shut it off so that the next person will be able to have access to the book, because we've got only 8 copies for that. Then we have circulation. Circulation, it's where a first point of call in the library, where you can do your general queries. Where can I find what? They will direct you to us. Where can I find the subject librarian? They will say the subject librarian is there. Or do you have this book? They can just give you that book. It's where you find your academic reserve books, so you can get those books there also, and they will tell you the benefits. Your benefits as an undergraduate, you take out 6 books for 2 weeks, and you have to return them. And if you don't return them, there's a fine. And if you return them, it's still good. You don't have a fine, and that fine will stick with you if you don't pay it. And if you are not going to pay the fine, your results are going to be held. And then there's an academic reserve, there's intercampus, where you do your intercampus at circulation desk. So thank you very much. Watch the space. We are going to send the registration for all the books that, not for all the books, for all our trainings. So please watch the space. You can go to circulation desk. They can give you all the details about it. So we are available. Thank you, Doctor. I'm done. If there's questions, I'm here, I'll answer.
Okay, thank you very much. And just to let our audience know, all these slideshows that you're seeing are being posted on the CAES orientation website. So if you're missing anything, please just Google CAES orientation. You'll go to the website and you'll find all these slideshows are there, also the recordings of these sessions. So don't panic if you've missed something. Okay, I want to move on to the issue of safety on campus. You obviously want to feel safe and concentrate on your studies. So our risk management services are security services. And Trevor Abrams is our risk manager. Trevor, if you can just give some advice how to stay safe on campus.
Good evening, Sally. Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everybody. As Sally said, I'm Trevor Abrams. I'm actually based in the Pietermaritzburg campus. There's other managers on all the other campuses as well. What I want to just do is maybe start with just a brief understanding of the security risk management services. We have security officers based on around campus and even at the residences, and they're uniformed, so you are able to get hold of them for any emergency. They are approachable, so you can just go to them and ask them for assistance. We then have a 24-hour control room. And if you look, once you've got your student cards, you see at the back of the student card, you have all the relevant numbers for all the campuses, which you can use 24 hours, as we said. We also have a 24-hour surveillance room, as we have cameras all around campus, monitoring certain areas of the campus just to ensure your safety. We also have an investigations department. So if you're unfortunate and your laptop or valuable is stolen, they will investigate and try to get it back for you. If not, they'll work with SAPS as well to try and deal with your case or whatever incident took place. Like the clinic said, if it's a GBV case, whatever type of case that or emergency that's put to them, they will assist and investigate and help you through that process. We also work very closely with SAPS and in collaboration with all the neighborhood watches, SAPS, fire department, all these private security companies that we work with just to secure and make sure you're safe and secure around the areas as well. So they do a lot of patrols around the adjacent areas of the university as well. I've seen a lot of questions regarding the ID card or the student card. On each campus, there's the ID card office, which is opened from 8 to 4, Monday to Friday. That's where you go and make your student card. If you don't have a student card yet, you've registered. As long as you're registered and you go with the proof of registration and your ID card, ID book, your green ID book. If you go with that to the ID card office, you are then able to make your student card. The student card is for your use only. You are not allowed to give it to any friend or anyone else to use. And this is a common thing that happens. This friend is using someone's using their friend's card. You will be charged for student misconduct, which goes on your record. Because can you imagine somebody using your card and doing a criminal act with it? Therefore, if it's lost, you need to immediately report to RMS that your student card is lost. The first issue is free. However, the second issue, it costs 30 Rand to get your replacement card. I think that's it for ID cards or your student card. And let me just try to give you a little bit of safety tips for when you're in and around campus. We ask you please to be mindful and vigilant of your surroundings, meaning don't concentrate on your gadgets when you're walking around campus, or particularly on a public road adjacent to the university, going shopping and whatever you're doing outside. Concentrate on going from point A to B. If you see a situation where that's not looking safe, rather cross the road and walk somewhere else. We ask, do not take unnecessary risks like walking alone at night. We often find young female students walking alone from point A to B on a public road, and it's really not safe. There's things are happening out there which is not safe. We urge you to keep yourself safe. We ask you to move in groups wherever possible. If you're living outside of campus, try and get others that are also living outside of campus to commute together, walk together, so that you are more safe. Although we do have RMS, as I said, and security companies patrolling the streets, but they're not always in one place. They're all over the place. Never leave your valuable items like your laptops and phones and jewelry lying around. The last speaker spoke about stuff in the libraries as well. We have most theft happening in the libraries because of students wanting to go to the toilet, and they're sitting with a group of students. They don't even know who they are, or somebody is next to them. They think it's a student and ask them to look after that laptop. When they come back, it's gone. They don't even know who the person is. They can't point out that person. Never swipe your card or never swipe anyone else into the campus with your card. That is also part of student misconduct if you're caught. So, and also what you are doing is you most probably be swiping a criminal into the campus, and that same criminal could be stealing from your room as well. So just be mindful of that. However, if there's a situation where you're feeling afraid, and then you swipe the person in, but come to RMS and just give a description of the person that you swiped in, and always report any irregularities that you see, people that you don't know walking around, and something is happening and it doesn't look dodgy to you, just report it to RMS. As I said, we are 24-hour service, and the numbers is at the back of your cards. We are working on a toll-free number. As soon as we get that toll-free number, you'll be able to have it as well. For tips for the residences, always lock your resident door, even when you're in your room, or if you just go into the bathroom. Don't have it in your mind that I'll be back in a minute. Something could happen. Perpetrator could come into your room and take your stuff, and that's normally what happens. Resident hall doors must be secure at all times. If you find it propped by any chance, remove it and then just contact RMS, or just contact RMS. They will come and remove it and monitor it. Report any suspicious persons you may see in the residence corridors. Never open your door to strangers. If you have lost your resident key, please report it immediately and change your lock. Do not carry your valuables like laptops when you're going grocery shopping. We see that happening a lot. Students are carrying heavy parcels from the shops, but still at the same time fiddling on the phone or carrying the laptop as well. We've got all these opportunists out there looking and waiting for these opportunities to take your stuff from you. I think that's it. The university, we cannot guarantee your safety. So what we ask that and we take all measures just to ensure your safety. So we ask that you must be also sensible about your safety. It is your responsibility to look after your stuff as well. And just to mention that the university is a weapon-free campus, no weapons, no firearms allowed. And I just want to stress again that stress on this, there's no alcohol or illegal drugs like marijuana and tacha that is allowed on campus. If you got those habits, leave it away from the campus, because it would interfere with your academic career, because you will be charged and you could be criminally charged for the illegal drugs as well. So be safe. Use RMS for anything that you think. If you're just in doubt, call RMS. We are there 24 hours. Call us, ask for advice. We will be there to assist you. Thank you, Sally.
Thanks very much, Trevor. Quite sobering. It's good to keep it in mind, but be sensible and you will enjoy university. On the subject of enjoying university, in addition to academics, we offer a very strong sporting program. And if you like sport, or if you want to start a sport, there are opportunities for you. So I'd like to call on Anele Ndwandwe. Anele, if you can show yourself and unmute yourself and tell us about the sports.
Good evening, everybody. Just gonna quickly share my screen. Okay.
You just need to go full screen.
Okay. Sorry about that.
If you look at the bottom of your screen,
Mm-hmm.
right-hand side, there's a little button that looks like a TV. Click on that. Go down to the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. Double click on that.
Okay.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
My name is Anele Ndwandwe, and I'm from the sports administration. So today I'll be presenting on sports, right? So as we all know that we have 5 campuses. We have Edgewood, Howard College, Medical School, Westville, as well as PMP. So this is the sports structure. Currently, we have a vacant post on sports manager. We also have 2 HOD, which is Mr. Kani and Mrs. Shikwell. We also have senior sports officers, sports admin, facility supervisors, sports attendants, pool supervisors, and pool attendants. Okay, so this way a student can find us. These are the contact details as well as email addresses that students can contact us if they need any help with regards to any sports. These are the different kinds of facilities that we have. We have the weight rooms, the gyms, which are just been renovated. I know students will be excited to come here, and we are ready to welcome them. We have tennis courts, we have swimming pools, we have cricket fields, soccer fields, rugby fields. Yeah, so students are welcome to utilize these facilities. Yeah. Oh, so these are the sports clubs that we offer. We have aerobics, basketball, netball, squash, football, karate, badminton, rugby, hockey, and water sports. We also do offer free swimming lessons. Students just need to come to our sports union buildings to come and sign up, and they are ready to come and join us and learn how to swim. Also have social clubs. These are recreational sports. We have students that are playing outside from professional sports. They can come and join recreational sports that we offer, like swimming lessons, squash, residence leagues that we offer from first year until last year. Okay, so why should I become a sport member? So these open opportunities for students, both competitive and recreational sports. It provides opportunities where they can be seen by professional sporting clubs at all levels. It opened doors to athletes that are serious in sports. We also have coaches that are highly trained. They can come and get taught how to play a sport. So every time students come here and they say they don't know how to play sports, those students can come in and we can teach them how to play sports. Okay, and it also improves physical health as well as their well-beings. Okay, so how to become a member or how to join a sporting code. So it's simple. You just need to come to our sporting buildings and you provide your student card, and then they'll give you a form to sign in, and then you hand the form back to the sports administrator, and then the sport administrator will give you a card, a membership card. So we welcome all the students. We want to see you, and yeah, we're here to help you guys improve your health and yeah, and have fun. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Anele. So if you're interested in sport or you want to start sport, please go visit the sporting office on your campus and get involved and have some fun. Okay, we're now going to move on to the academic side of things, and I'd like to ask Dr. Dalia Varghese just to explain the academic monitoring and support system that is available. Anele, if you can stop sharing your screen. So Anele, you need to say stop share.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Frost. Good evening, everybody. Let me quickly share my screen. My name is Dalia Varghese, and I'm one of the principal academic development officers in the college. We are about 5 of us. We are assigned to students from particular schools, so we will be working very closely with you throughout your academic journey at the university. I know it's evening time and you have heard a lot, you might be tired, but I will explain briefly about how our academic monitoring and support policy works. This is very important for you, so try to gather as much information as possible
but we will be giving more information throughout the semester as well. So our association with all of you starts right from registration, and it carries on along your academic journey. We will be monitoring your academic progress, providing you with academic support wherever necessary till the final graduation, and we try to make sure that you graduate in the minimum possible time. At UKZN, we also have a formal academic monitoring policy. Now, the main idea of this policy is to identify the underperforming students timeously. So we are trying to look at students if they underperform early in the semester so that we can provide all the necessary academic support to make sure that you're brought right back on track to good academic standing. But it also obligates you students to attend the prescribed academic support programs as well. Let me first explain a little bit about academic monitoring first, and then I will come to academic support programs. So academic monitoring actually happens both at intra-module level and intermodule level. Now at intra-module level, it's actually within each module, and this starts immediately after the first assessment. And this is monitored in each module by the lecturers for the module, as well as the academic development officers. So if we see that you're failing the assessments, then you're invited for academic counseling just to see what is happening and what support can be provided so that you can do better in the remaining assessments. An intermodule assessment, that is done at the end of a semester, and that is based on the results you have obtained in all the modules you have registered in that particular semester, and also the credits you would have accumulated by the end of your study here at UKZN. And for the intermodule performance, we have a color coding system, which is referred to as a Robert system. You will come across this terminology. It's nothing to worry about. It's just a color coding to see where you stand academically. So based on the color coding, the students who perform exceptionally well, they are coded blue. Those who are performing good enough, they are coded as green. That's a good academic standing. But when you start failing modules continuously, that is when you can go to orange. And once you go to orange, that is the time you need to have a look at what is happening to your studies. Is there anything affecting your studies? You need to make appointments with the academic development officers and to make sure that you come back to good academic standing. But sometimes, in spite of the interventions, you might still fail modules, and that is when you can drop down to red, which is the underperforming status. But still, you will be allowed to continue. You will be given a lesser load. You will be provided with interventions, academic support, social psychological support, and still, if you're not able to perform, that is when you can be excluded from the university. But for a first-year student, you will not be excluded in the first year of study. In the first 2 semesters, you will not be excluded because we know that you are first time coming to the university. You need time to adjust to university life. So even if you don't pass modules, in the first year, you will not be excluded from the university. So at the end of each semester, your color coding will depend on the number of modules you passed in that semester and the total credits you have passed all over all the semesters you have been here. Now, for a student to remain on green, in simple terms, if you have to remain on green, you should have passed at least 70% of the normal load for that particular semester and 75% of the maximum credits till date. Now, for a science student, a normal load will be 4 modules in a semester. So you should have passed at least 3 modules in a semester to remain on good academic standing or to remain on green. Now, this is a flowchart we follow to come up with your academic standing at the end of each semester, but I'm not going to go through this. We will explain this in detail during one of our workshops on the Robert system. Now coming to the academic support programs. The academic support programs are offered in all the schools in the college, and it is free to all the registered students. We have different academic support programs, but the most important one, which has shown good effects throughout the years, is the supplemental instruction sessions. Those are non-remedial approaches. It's more like a collaborative study groups, which is supervised by a well-trained SI leader. So this is a session where you will try to integrate what to learn with how to learn. So there are certain study skills we'll pick up from this session, which can be used in other modules as well. And such sessions are usually offered for the difficult core modules because we know that the pass rates are not good enough. You need extra help. So these sessions are free. Please make sure you regularly attend these SI sessions if it's available for your modules. But we will be informing you about all those details in an email. Then we have hot seats. Those are like individual one-on-one assistance. So you don't need to book any appointment. You can just come to the facility where you can get help one-on-one. And such hot seats are usually available for almost all mathematics modules and some of the chemistry modules, especially level 1 chemistry. But this also, we will be informing you about the details. Then we have the writing place, which is mainly for the students from the LES program, where you have to write a lot of reports, essays. So there will be people there to help you with academic writing. In addition to that, we have peer mentorship program. Some of the mentors would have already contacted you. They will help you. They will assist you get used to the university life, different aspects of university life. Then we have residence tutorials, which is usually conducted in the evening hours. We have workshops throughout the semester on different aspects of academics like study skills, time management, and many other aspects which will be informed to you. And there is academic advising, which is a one-on-one academic counseling with the academic development officer. So before I end, let me give you a few tips on how you can sail through your first year at university. The most important one, which usually students struggle, is managing your time. So you have a set load of modules to study, and each module will have its own assessments. So it is very important from the first week of lectures that you manage your time properly with a proper study timetable. Secondly, attend all the formal lectures and tutorials. I know the lecture material may be posted on the learning management system, but it's very important that you attend the lectures with the lecturers. Then in university, it's lecturing. So you need to come prepared for the lectures and tutorials. And that will make life easier for you. It will make it easier for you to understand what is being said by the lecturers. And lastly, get help. If you think you're not doing well, if you think that something is affecting your studies, make sure you get help. If you don't know where to go to, whom to get help from, your first point of contact will be us, the ADOs. I have a link here at the top of my screen, but this link will be emailed to you as well. Please make sure you book an appointment with the ADO for your school, and we will guide you with whatever requirement you have which is affecting your studies. If we are not able to help you, we will direct you to the right person to make sure that you get help early enough so that you will come back on track and you can succeed in the university. Now, before I stop, I just want to remind you that in the first week of lectures, we will be having an academic success boot camp. The flyer for the boot camp will be emailed to you. We'll be having separate days for different schools. Please make sure that you attend these boot camps. This is where you will be meeting with the academic development officers, your SI leaders, your SI coordinators, and we will be giving you more in-depth details about how to succeed in the university and all the support that is available for you. So let me stop here. If you have any questions, you can post it in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Dalia. When you start first year, we don't throw you in the deep end and leave you by yourselves. We offer you support. I hope that's a message that has come through loud and clear. And one of the main programs or vehicles for this support is the FYE program, or the First Year Experience program. And the leader of this program is Narisha. Narisha, are you here? If you can just tell us a little bit about the First Year Experience program.
Yes, thank you, Sally. Am I sharing?
No, you sharing your Gmail account.
Ah, there we are. Am I sharing my screen now?
Yeah, you must just make it big.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. I am so delighted to speak to you this evening about our First Year Experience program. I'm Narisha Haricharan, and I oversee the First Year Experience program for our college. And I know, orientation can be a little bit overwhelming, and we have sometimes we can get a bit of information overload. So if you are still with me, still awake, please give me a thumbs up so that I know that you are all with me. So this evening, I want you to remember two important things. If you don't remember anything else from what I've said, remember these two important things. Number one, the FYE program, the module that I'm going to be talking about, that is online, is compulsory. You have to complete that module by the end of 2025, or you will not be allowed to graduate. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, please be in contact with your mentor. The mentor will be assigned to you, and they will help you to register on the FYE website, which is separate from Learn 2025. Okay, so the two things: number one, FYE is compulsory. Number two, liaise with your mentor. Okay. So the FYE program, or the First Year Experience program, is a common comprehensive orientation and support program for all of you first-time entry students. And you'll hear that term FTEN. This is the first time you've entered into UKZN, you are considered an FTEN, or first-time entry student. And the program is basically designed to support you in every aspect of your first year, and to ensure that you have an excellent student experience. So the FYE, as I said, is compulsory, and that is written into your handbook. You'll find the BR10 rule. And as I said, you'll find the module on a separate website, which your mentor will take you through. So the two pillars of the FYE program is the online module, which you must complete, and the peer mentorship aspect. And we have peer mentors on all three of our campuses. And these campuses are the Howard campus, Pietermaritzburg, and Westville campuses. And your mentors are based on those campuses. Okay, so what is the module that you will have to complete? The module consists of 4 units that are important for you to assist you in transitioning to university life. So the first one, which you will start on Friday, is the transition module, and it will assist you in all things digital literacy, how to access, learn, how to go about setting up your LAN login, how to go about creating your lecture timetable. And then it will help you to familiarize yourself with the college handbook. So there's lots of terminology that you will have to become familiar with as you go through your degree. Things like co-requisite, prerequisite, what's a DP. So all of those things that are important for you to know as a student is in that first unit of the module. The second unit is on academic skills, and it will assist you in, crucial aspects like academic writing. Remember, the way in which you communicate is very different from the way you communicate in school. And so the way we study, how we access knowledge at this level of study is very different from the way we did it previously, okay, in school. So we will assist you in bridging that gap. And then we want you to be a well-rounded student. So we go through aspects such as, global citizenship and sustainability awareness. But we also know that it is important for you to be healthy in terms of your mental health, etc. So we cover those sections in Unit 3 of the module. Unit 4 is on financial literacy. Many of you are now experiencing independence, and part of that is also financial independence. And you will have to learn how to, for example, create a budget and make wise financial decisions. So that module is set up to assist you in that respect. Okay. So the FYE program is also, as I said, we want you to have an excellent student experience. So we have lots of events throughout the year. And one of the most exciting ones is our yearly meet and greet that we have. And that's set to happen on the 22nd of February. So it's a fun day filled with, music and prizes and good food. So it's something to look forward to. It's kind of our take on the Freshers Bash, okay? So that's something to look forward to. And then your mentor meetings, your mentors will set up meetings with you, whether you require them weekly or bi-monthly, however you need to meet with your mentors. Please liaise with your mentors. They are your big brother or big sister, in your first year. They've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. They have all the experience, and they will assist you in areas that you require it, okay? We have marathons, we have raffle draws, all of these exciting events happen throughout the course of the year. So yeah, I'm sure you're going to enjoy those. All right, so our team consists of our lovely FYE administrator, Ms. Tembelisha Mchali. If you have any queries about the FYE program, about your mentor, or anything related to it, please email Ms. Mchali and she will assist you. So as I said, the mentors are based on 3 campuses. And those mentors report to these 3 lovely people. On Pietermaritzburg is Ms. Ndlovu. She is the coordinator of the team on Pietermaritzburg. Ms. Motsamane is the coordinator on Westville, and Mr. Kumalo is the coordinator on the Howard campus. Okay, so if you have issues with your mentor, or if you need to know anything, you're welcome to contact Ms. Mshali, and she will direct your email to these coordinators. All right, so your FYE or your first year experience journey started the day that you accepted the offer, and well done to you. You made the best decision. You have chosen the best college. And we are looking forward to helping you through your journey of this first year, and all the best to all of you. So before I finish, if you remember the 2 things that I asked you to remember, you can just send out a heart emoji. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Sally.
Thanks very much, Narisha. Okay, I'm moving on to the last bit of advice we're going to be giving for this evening, and that is the most important one, academic advice. And I'd like to call on Ashwin Manival. Ashwin, are you here?
Thank you, Sally. I'll just share my screen now. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. And you sharing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, students. I trust you're all well. First of all, congratulations. You're going to be entering university. It's one of the it's one of the most exciting times in your life. You're going to enjoy it. But you need to work hard. It's very important. You need to plan. You need to attend your lectures. You need to do your tutorials, and you need to seek assistance whenever you need it, and you'll be fine. So the thing I want to touch on today is academic advising. Academic advising, there's a lot of different subsections to it. Um, Essentially, academic advising is when staff at university help you to align your career, personal, and academic goals. But the specific section that I want to zoom in on today is curriculum advising. So curriculum advising has to do with you selecting the correct modules for your academic journey. So the first step to this is you need to realize who you are as a student. So UKZN has four colleges. There's the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, the College of Health Sciences, the College of Humanities, the College of Law and Management Studies. You belong to the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. Now, what that means is all of you here are doing one of two things. You're training to be a scientist or you're training to be an engineer, right? And in this college, we have five schools: the School of Agriculture, Earth, Environmental Sciences, School of Chemistry and Physics, School of Life Sciences, School of Maths, Stats, Computer Science, and the School of Engineering. Now, each of these schools, in the brackets, you can see we have abbreviations for them. Those abbreviations, just keep them in mind. They're straightforward. They'll be useful throughout this presentation. So when it comes to academic advising, you need to know what the schools, qualifications, schools, and modules are. So the questions you need to ask yourself is, what qualification am I registering for? And you should know that by now. What are my majors and my streams? What modules does my qualification or major or stream require me to register for? And how do I go about selecting electives? That's essentially the aspects I want to touch on. On the qualification, many times students will come to me for assistance, and they could be in their second year, they could be in their third year, and I ask them what their qualification is, and they don't know. So the first thing you need to do is it must be absolutely clear to you what your qualification is. You need to go, you need to check your registration. Your qualification is the degree for which you have applied for and you've been accepted and what you're registering for. Your major or stream is a branch of that qualification. The modules or the courses, the actual courses that you will study, these are the modules. You attend lectures for them. And then schools consist of modules and majors. And you also will belong to schools, and I've shown you the five schools. So the structure of the qualification. So in our college, we have different kinds of qualification. These qualifications have been taken from the college handbook. In each of the boxes, for example, we have the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Science in Engineering, the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Management. There's an Agricultural Extension Bachelor of Science, and then the Bachelor of Science in Land Surveying. Now, for example, the Bachelor of Science, the box to the extreme left, can have focus programs or it can have general programs. If you look at engineering programs are relatively fixed. If you look at agriculture, the School of Agriculture, those programs also are generally fixed. Now, what I mean by fixed is, if you go to your college handbook, you will see that the tables that are laid out for your qualification, the modules are pretty much given to you. So you have certain modules in year one, certain modules in year two, right, until your final year. And of course, you will have electives, a few electives in certain places. Electives are modules you get to choose to fill up credits. They're not core to what you're doing, but the credits that they bring are required. There's rules to the way you select electives. Those are in the handbook that you will study. But if you come back to this BSc, this 3-year BSc, got two types. You've got focus programs and we got the general BSc. Now the focus programs have a sort of fixed module sets. So these are very similar to the other ones I've explained. The modules are clear which you're picking, and you have electives as well. But your general BSc is where it gets tricky. The general BSc normally comes with a double major. Now, what I mean by that is you get to choose two disciplines, which are your majors, to make up your general BSc. There's two streams, there's an LES stream and an M stream. You get to pick the stream. The LES stream is Life Earth Sciences stream, and then you have your math stream. And you are allowed to double majors. So, for example, you can do chemistry, biochemistry. I'll explain to you and show you what the different majors and the disciplines are just now. So for the next thing I want to do is go over the structure of the BSc degree. Now, what I'm doing is I'm zooming into the BSc degree. So I'm not talking about the agriculture or the engineering degree. Certain principles will be the same, but essentially what I'm talking about now is the general BSc, right? So the total credit value of the BSc degree to obtain the degree is 384 credits. At least 96 of these must be at level with the maximum of 160 at level 1. So you can't have more than 160 degree credits at level 1. If you register for more somehow, and if you do, those credits will not count towards your degree. It'll be a waste. You must have at least 96 credits at level 2. So if you go all the way to your degree and you finish at the end of 384, but you don't have enough level 2 credits, you'll be required to go back, take a level 2 module and make up those credits until you reach 96. And then you have to have at least 128 credits at level 3. Your elective modules must form part of the unspecified credits. There's a maximum of 32 credits outside of the college. So when we say outside of the college, we're talking about different colleges like law and management studies, humanities. Those are different colleges. You are allowed to take modules in those colleges as electives, but they cannot exceed 32 credits, and they will only count at level 1. So even if you do a second year module from outside the college, it'll only count towards our level 1. Students must pass or obtain credits for Zulu 101. Now, this is important. Every student that registered at UKZN must pass the Zulu 101 module, right? Unless otherwise exempted. Now, what exemption means is if you studied Zulu at school and you studied it as a first language and you passed it, you can go to the language department and you can get exempted for Zulu. If you are a Zulu-speaking person and Zulu is your primary language at home, it's your first language, you can go to the language department and you can write a test and you can be exempted for Zulu. You don't have to do it, but you will have to do another module to take the place of the Zulu. So you can be exempted for the Zulu, but you're not exempted from the credits. It means you have to find another module to take its place. Students who did not do Zulu at school and students who are not competent at Zulu fluently, where it is not your first language, you will have to do the Zulu 101 module. Okay, and so you can split your credits up in different number of ways across the 3 years. For example, you can have 160 credits first year, 96 second year, 128. In the third year, you can have 144, 112, 128, or you can have a 128, 128, 128 split. It depends on how you structure your different modules and how your degree requires you to structure it. So on this page, what I've done is I've taken, so if you're doing a BSc degree, you have different disciplines. I've taken these disciplines, they can be selected as your majors. You can see we have applied mathematics, applied physics, astronomy, chemistry, so on and so forth. But on the right-hand column, I have the school that these majors belong to. So for example, if you look at biology, it says SLS, that means School of Life Science. If you look at chemistry, it says SCP, that means School of Chemistry and Physics. Computer science says Schools of Math, Stats, and Computer Science. For example, economics says College of Law and Management Studies. Those ones in red are outside colleges, right? So what this table does is this table gives you an idea of the major and the school to which that major belongs. So that's important for later on. So what I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to go through a worked example for your curriculum. So if you're a student who's come to UKZN, you will go onto the online system, you will want to register. Things are online, but then there's also something called a college handbook. So the college handbook can be obtained from the college website. You can find the handbook for 2025. And when you're physically on campus, you can also obtain a hard copy from college. Now, every student must have a copy of the college handbook because the college handbook has the rules for obtaining your degree. The college handbook has the modules for obtaining your degree. You must study this handbook like you would study your work. Every You must remember it is your responsibility for understanding the rules for your qualification. Is your responsibility for selecting modules. You will have academics that will help you, you'll have advisors, ADOs that will assist you, but primarily it is your responsibility to make sure you've read that handbook. When they explain that handbook to you, that you've read it, you understand it, and that you've picked the right modules. So, of course, you have to know what your qualification is. You have to find it in the handbook. You have to look for the modules in the handbook. You have to figure out the semesters to which the modules belong. You have to add up credits in each semester to achieve normal credit load. You have to figure out the electives that you'll take. You have to make sure the timetable clashes, and you have to make sure you've considered Zulu 101. We do not allow, here at UKZN, we do not allow you to take modules where there's timetable clashes. You will have to deregister one of the modules and then do it next year if both are core and compulsory, right? So this is just an example. Let's say you were a student from Pietermaritzburg and you wanted to do biochemistry and chemistry. What you would do, this is the example from 2022, okay? But you will find your handbook. You would take the 2025 handbook, of course, because you're a 2025 student. You would look up your degree, which would be the BSc. You would look up the majors that you wanted, for example, biochemistry, chemistry, and then you would look in year one and you would look at the modules that you need. You look under Pietermaritzburg because in this example, you're a Pietermaritzburg student. Not all of you are PMB students, some of you are Westville students. You would look in Westville. And then you would write down the modules. Of course, these are the modules that I'm expected to take. Then the next thing you do is you split the modules up into semesters. Now, how would you know which semesters the modules belong to? In the handbook, if you scroll through the handbook, you will find what we call module descriptions. Now, these module descriptions, if you look, I've ringed two areas in the module description. This is a module description for Comp 106. It says 16C at the end. That means 16 credits. This string of letters that you're seeing here, they also have meanings, but they're not important for today. They tell you that the lectures, they tell you tutorials, they tell you self-study hours. I don't want to concern myself with that. I just want to look at the 16 credits. The P here means Pietermaritzburg. The 2 means second semester. W means Westville. And the 2 means second semester. So it means that this module, Comp 106, is offered in Pietermaritzburg and Westville in the second semester. These are prerequisites, right? These are what you would need to do this module. So straight away, from that information, you're able to put these into semesters and you're able to find out the credits that you need for these first year modules. Then what you would do is you would go and calculate total credits. Now 64 credits for the BSc is a normal credit load. That's a normal credit load. If you look at second semester, after adding all of these up, I only have 48 credits if I take into account what I saw here. That means I'm 16 credits short. So what I will do is I will consider Zulu 101. If I'm a student who needs to do it, I'll put it here. And the next thing I'll need to check is the timetable block. So then for each of these modules, you will have to check your timetable block to make sure they don't clash. Now, they shouldn't clash because they're designed in that way to be in your handbook, but you must also check that they don't clash. When I will hand this presentation, I've already handed it over to Dr. Sally, and so there's links here. For example, it says how to access and use timetables. If you go to the website, find this presentation, click this link, a video will play, and that video will show you everything you need to know about how to construct your timetables. Very important, right? There's also a link on the orientation website. If you type in UKZN CAES orientation, you'll come to the orientation page. You go under student section for the sport material. You'll see a link to timetables. Click it and watch the video. This is link at the bottom here is the link for the orientation page. Finally, we have the BSc Augmented program. Like the students are doing BSc Augmented here. Augmented is a degree that goes over 4 years. The first year is split over 2 years. In your first year as an augmented student, you will register Biology 195, Chem 195, Math 195, Physics 195, ESCOM 101, and ESCOM 102. The other modules, there's rules of how you would select in second year, but for this first year, those 195 modules and the ESCOM modules is what you would need to register for. The Biology 195, Chem 195, and Math 195, they have equivalents to mainstream modules. So the Biology 195 is Biology 101, Biology 196 is Biology 102, The Chem 195 is Chem 110. But the Math 195, now this is important because if you fail Math 195, you will need to repeat it next year. You can't repeat Math 195. You have to repeat equivalent. So for example, if you fail Biology 195, next year you will have to repeat Biology 101. So when it comes to the Math 195 and the Physics 195, it depends on what you're studying. If you're studying something in LES, so you would repeat the Math 150. If you're studying something in the M stream, you repeat Math 130. Same thing with the physics. If you're studying something in the M stream, you would do Physics 110. If you're studying something in the LES stream, you do Physics 131. So the module that you repeat, if you fail the Math 195 and the Physics 195, is dependent on the degree that you're doing. Again, how you would receive academic advising. So the college has set up a web page. The web page, this is the link to the web page. If you go to this web page, you'll see links to schools, okay? You click those links and it'll take you to a Zoom meeting where there's academics, ADOs waiting to give you support on a virtual meeting. You might have to wait a bit, but it's worth it. You must wait in the meeting before you're let in. But when you get to that page, you will have to click schools. It'll tell you School of Life Science, School of Chemistry and Physics. This is why I say it's important that you know this. If you know that you are genetics, then you will click the School of Life Sciences. If you know you are hydrology, you will click SAEES. Don't click the wrong school and wait in the wrong queue. You're just going to waste time. Make sure that you have the right school so that you know what to click when you get there. Finally, we have ADOs at university. The ADOs are the people, the custodians of academic advising, right? Academic advising runs of their offices. These guys are very, very competent, highly skilled in student support, many, many years of experience. Please, if you have anything that you need assistance with, they can assist you. You can find them at the link that's down in the page below. Okay, so all the best for your studies. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Ashwin. That's a lot of information that we've given everyone this evening. I hope it's been helpful. And I just want to remind you, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you need to go over things, everything is on the website. So let me just share the website again. Okay, so you type in CAES orientation, it will take you to the website. Ashwin mentioned how to access your timetable. It's on this website. You scroll down, information here, how to access your timetable. You click on that link and it will play the video to show you how to access your timetable. Another thing that would be useful, just below here, ICS Guide for New Students. So I click on this link and it takes me to this sheet and it has all the information that you might need about ICS. How do you log into the UKZN system? How do you set up your phone to get your emails? How do you set up your email? How do you set up your printing? How do you set up your password? All that kind of information is here. How to get into the Learn system, which is where all the academic information is. It's all here. So please go onto the orientation website and make use of that facility. Then lectures start next week. When you start will depend on your individual timetable. Lecturers will email you on your university email, which is your student number. That ICS sheet I've just shared with you shows you how to set up your student email. So look out for that. On each campus, we will have information desks. In Maritzburg, it's on the library lawns. On main campus, on Westville, it's outside the college office, Oliver Tambo building. And on Howard College, it's outside the library. The FYE mentors will be there to help you, and they'll be there to answer questions or to take you on tours if you want to do a tour. We will be emailing out information about the FYE boot camps where you'll get specific information relevant to your degree. So good luck for first year at UKZN. I hope you find it very rewarding and enjoyable. We're certainly proud of the university and we would like to see you all graduate in 3 or 4 years' time. So thank you for joining us. Engineering students, tomorrow at 2, there's a specific engineering academic orientation. Please remember to join that. Thank you to my panel for coming on a Wednesday evening, and enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Goodbye.